Howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, another brand new day where I repeat the same thing because everybody who makes videos has roughly the same thing that they say at the beginning of every video. That's one of the things that YouTube tells you to do. So thumbs up. Anyway, though, welcome to this another brand new day. Definitely a thumbs up. It is pitch black outside. You know, we're still heading into winter here up until December, you know, the solstice. What is it, the 22nd? Something around there? Or the 24th? I can't remember. I mean, we don't put our calendar days exactly the way things are anymore like we used to. So it's approximates. Anyway, though, still, might as well start off with the Shelton, Washington weather, plague, rat, and spider report. Son of a gun. It rained yesterday. Well, kind of. Sort of. I mean, it did and it didn't. It rained during the day. When I finally went walking, it had become just a mist. And by the time I was coming home, it wasn't even that. So it had stopped raining by the time I got back from Walkies. And it's not raining now. So I don't know what kind of day it's going to be like. I haven't checked the weather. I only really check the weather reports if I'm going to go like out walkies. I'm not one of these older people that just turns on the weather station to watch the weather. I mean, weather and all that's interesting, light, if you're going to go out into it. And it's interesting in that how it affects all of us on the globe. But I don't care otherwise. So thumbs up on that. And for the, well, we'll do the plague rat report first. I mean, you see. I mean, 6 months ago, I used to see people on the street out walking with masks. Now, no one. And we're a brick wall with massive, and people getting sick and people dying, and it's horrific. So, yay. Please, wear your mask. Do your part. Ugh. So, past that, though, I wear my mask when I'm around people, and I do my best to not be around people. So, be smart, especially since it's Thanksgiving in the U.S., and we're going to have a massive super spreader event all across this great country. Anyway, though, I mean, it's bad, but, you know, in 1918, when everything was bad. There was people getting massively sick, and then it died off over the summer. And in October, in 1 month in the United States in 1918, we lost as many people to the flu as we have lost altogether right now to the Kofefe bug. So, yeah, it really hit hard back then. We've managed barely to avoid that now. We took that 1 month and we've stretched it into 9, but it should have been stretched into years. And, of course, let's see, weather spider report. There's a gangly leg spider up there. The one gangly leg spider down there, she's traveled. I have no idea where she is anymore. Such is life. And over there in the window, I believe she's still there. I can't really tell. I haven't been able to turn. Oh, yep, she's still there. And the other garden spider in the corner, still doing well. Their needs are obviously being met. They have as much free will as a spider can have. So if their needs are not being met, if they're not able to get the food they need, if they're not able to get the water and stuff they need, they're not just going to stay there until they die. They're going to move on. So the fact that they are there still shows that their needs are being met. Thumbs up for that. A very good thing. Past that, though, it's just been a day in a life. Amazingly, and I'll talk about this one before I forget, amazingly, I slept pretty good last night. I got to bed a little bit later. It was probably about 10:30 before I finally had everything shut off and was lying down in bed trying to rest. It was a little bit of work, pulling my toes upward, because the minute I relax, my feet start to go like this. But it's just a little bit of work, and then they were going, oh, we're going to pull down. We're going to pull, but we're only going to pull down this far. That was a terrible noise. You probably didn't hear it, I hope, but I tried to speak, but there was a general failure of systems there. I slept moderately well. I woke up a little bit early, but I did not check the time. Finally, when I said, I'm just not going to be able to rest anymore, I might as well just get out of bed. Got up, and it was 20 minutes to 6. I haven't slept through that long in a long time. So, thumbs up for that. Now, am I going to feel better? I have a sleep deficit decades deep. So, one night of good sleep is nice. But out of my whole debt, it's just chunk. Now I only have this much I have to make up. So, yay. And yes, it does hang with you. If you lose 8 hours of sleep on a Monday, 5 years later, you are still dragging a little bit because that 8 hours of sleep, you still need to make up. So isn't that special? But I slept well, and that was good. And in fact, my legs, when I woke up, they were not cramping. Now, I had to be very, very careful because I woke up before and they weren't tugging and pulling. And then I was stretched, and then they went, oh, we're awake now. And then at which point it's like, I got to get out of bed because I'm fighting active, hard cramping now. If I don't do that, if I stretch, but it's only my upper body fighting hard to keep my lower body from stretching, which sucks because stretching feels good, then it mostly stays okay. And it did. And when I got up, well, there's minor tugging going on down there, but just minor. So very, very good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Excuse me, holy smokes. Just as a weird aside, since I happen to be looking at it, this is the stick that, quote-unquote, all the magic takes place on. I have my PS4 camera over there. My PlayStation 4 Pro is recording over there. And then when it's all done, I stick this into the PlayStation and then transfer the files over to the computer and then work from there. It's kind of like having a camera, only it's not a camera, it's a console. Thumbs up for that. Bonking into my microphone stand, so if you heard something weird, my apologies. Yeah, I have people in the comments occasionally ask me things like, are you going to get a PlayStation 5? That's like, number one, I barely have enough money to get, food. So it's going to be some time before I would ever be able to afford one. Anyway, the price has to come down, 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 down before I could even think about it. And I can't use my money to buy one, so I would have to wait for somebody in life to gift me money that I could buy one. So it's going to be years from now before I can afford one. The other thing is, I'm trying to want less, and I am wanting less because things are just things. Things don't matter. We come into this world with nothing. We leave this world with nothing. Sure, while we're here, make ourselves comfortable, have fun, make our lives as pleasant as possible, but things are just, they're just things. They don't matter. And so, yeah, I'd like to have the new consoles. I'm not planning on it. If it happens, it's cool. But I'm not wanting, because it's just stuff. So, yeah, the stuff I have, I like having stuff. I like my PlayStation 4. I like my Xbox One. I've got my other consoles still back there. I've got my computer. I have things in life that I enjoy. I am a material being. I live in a material world. Well, the shell I inhabit is a material thing. After all, we are just ghosts inhabiting a meat cockpit inside of a bone mech that is powered and protected by meat armor. So, yeah, life is weird in the first place. It's like when somebody says, why can't you act illogical? Why are you acting logical? Why can't you act logically? And it's like, I am powered, I am meat powered by electricity. How do you expect this to act logically? But, because of this, yeah, I want things. I need things. I need things like food. and shelter, clothing, stuff like that. So there's things that I have to have, but wanting and getting wrapped up in that, that was a young person thing. I'm older, and sometimes I kind of worry, though. One of the things that happens as you get older and start to approach the end, one of the natural things that happens when you approach the end is you withdraw from everything else. You withdraw from the physical world. You don't want. You spend, now this of course is just it's a bell curve, 80%, you're always going to have the outliers. But on the whole, they have found that it is, you start to withdraw. You become more introspective. You think about things. You have less desire for everything out here and more just you're preparing. Sometimes that can be a process that takes years or months. Sometimes that's a process that takes weeks or days. But that's what happens as your body starts shutting down. Slowly or quickly, you stop caring about what's out there. And it's all in here. Now, when I say in here, that can be you want to be surrounded by family. That's your in here. But a lot of people, it's just introspective. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about this until there's no more thoughts. So sometimes when I'm letting go of wants and desires like that, it does kind of worry me a bit because I have a lot of life left in me. I am moderately healthy, and as long as I moderately take care of myself, I should be okay. I mean, already, I know that I need to get regular colonoscopies and that's where, of course, they take a long, flexible tube and they shove it up your backside so they can take a look at what the inside of your large intestine is like. Because I have growths, polyps, that grow on the inside of my large intestine. And I already know from one that they took off way back in like 2002, I tend to get cancerous growths in my intestine. Some people do, and they need to have this stuff. It's very common. Polyps that go cancerous are very common. That's why as you get older, you need to have that tube shoved up your backside more often. Well, I already am at a point where if I hadn't gotten them taken care of the very first time, and I've discovered this accidentally because I needed it done for something else, I'd already be gone from cancer if it hadn't been for that. So I need to keep getting that checked because cancer is a very painful way to go, and I don't want to do that. I want to avoid cancer. That, of course, being a tough thing to do is with the errors that are in our DNA right now. And I've mentioned this before. If you live long enough, eventually you will die of cancer. That's just the way our systems run. Now, some people are such that they would have to live for like 500 or 600 years before cancer got them. Some people can't even make it to age 5 or 6 before cancer gets them. It's all independent. So I want to be one of those whose their cancer expiration date is past the point of my game ending and not the reason for. Ugh, especially since intestinal cancer is a very painful way to go. Thumbs up. Still though, I mean, life is life. My grandfather went of intestinal cancer. Ugh. And of course, complications of lung cancer is why my mother died, but, yay. Still though, I guess I'm going to stop talking about all this fun and depressing stuff, and instead, I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language with the fingers of this left hand, with my depression, fibro, and more, I am lucky that I can remember what my own name is sometimes. Getting better all the time. But with my ADHD, I certainly have a limit until I can get medication. James Morlock, thumbs up and thank you. Ketchup Spot, I like that name and thank you very much. Sean V. Lark, good to see you in the comments. We have Agustin, it's got a letter above it. Not a letter above it. It's an A with a dot above it, so I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but thank you very much. And we have Zach, greatly appreciated. Pianiste Triest, thank you very much. Chris Perry, greatly appreciated. Nate Murdoch, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Verzinski, greatly appreciated. We have Curtis Carpenter, thumbs up. There is Jarpy, greatly appreciated. AJ Falls, thumbs up. Caitlin Hollander, greatly appreciated. Snuffkins Gay Ass, good to see you in the comments. We have Colin Reisnauer, thumbs up. There's Chef, greatly appreciated. Kapaki, thumbs up and thank you, good to see you. We have Robin Meissner, greatly appreciated. Timber, greatly appreciated. Z underscore the writer. This is I recognize the name. So son of a gun, good to see you. We have Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up and thank you. We have Ravens Watch, I think it's 4 now. I always get in that 23 to 24. 22 to 23 is where I really get messed up. But thank you very, very much. And last but not least, Susan. Thumbs up, each and every one of you. Every one of you. And actually, Susan in comments did have a very, very good point. They have noticed before, months back, that you can get this bug through your eyes. And we already know the bug is aerosolized. Once it's in the air, even if the particles dry up, it stays airbound. So yeah, eye protection is a really good idea. Thumbs up. Anyway though, if you could check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com, and to remember, Hokey Smokes. If you could check those out, that would be very, very cool. In fact, if you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money there, I have a PayPal link down below if you could check that out. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food and hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And boy, my top plate does not fit at all. I am just slurring around it bad. My sincere apologies. Let's see. I went da-da-ba-da-ba-da. So, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up. So, I got this video here that you've been watching. I have another video I have to record and then edit and then render and then upload for this afternoon. Thumbs up. I'm going to be hopefully busy. Definitely cool. Whew, out of breath. And not being a hyper vlogger, I'm going to keep that in there. The lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It is eager, not, well, no, I got that backwards. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any whom it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And Black Lives Matter, damn it, always have, always will. And justice for everybody, the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms keep brutalizing and murdering in their homes and on American streets. Please, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, practice social distancing, stay at home unless you have to go out. Please. And you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very, very good thing. It's a day. It's a day in which I hope that you can practice as much self-care as possible, be as creative as possible. We're in survival mode. I will see you.